Bro, what?
What are you?
You do not want to touch that. That walking mustache will tear you up. That was the puss caterpillar. They're found in the United States, mostly Texas. And they just so happen to be the most dangerous caterpillar in the country. You see, the only thing you really notice about them at first glance is their awesome haircut. But underneath all that hair are venomous spines. And these venomous spines pretty much run all the way across the caterpillar's body. Hiding your stingers? That seems kind of unfair. But what's worse is each venomous spine has its own venom gland. So the more spines you touch, the worse it gets. If you grab one, I am sorry. And if you do get poked, you're gonna get met with immediate searing pain and swelling, followed by vision problems, difficulty breathing, and blisters that can last for weeks. And the pain is said to be worse than the bullet ant. You know, the ant that's said to have the most painful sting in the world. Moral of the story, if you ever see this walking toupee out in the wild, trust me, you don't want to touch it. I never thought I would say this, but I kind of feel bad for the snake. Let me tell you something. That was an African crowned eagle. They're only found in sub-Saharan Africa, and they're considered the most dominant raptor on the entire continent. For a good reason. First off, they come stocked with 3-inch razor-sharp talons. It also doesn't help that they can squeeze those talons at a rate of 400 pounds per square inch. And they use that strength for hunting. They basically swoop down at over 100 miles an hour. Oh yeah, they can fly over 100 miles an hour. And then they grab their prey by either the skull or the spine and crush it. And that could be anything. Antelope, monkeys, snakes, or humans. I should have started with that one. This is the only eagle in the world known to actively prey on humans. I'm taking Africa off my bucket list. Moral of the story, there's birds of prey, and then there's them. Don't mess with these guys. Yep, I think it's time we talk about the most dominant lions that have ever existed. They were known as the Mapogo 6. It was a coalition of 6 male lions. Just 3,000 pounds of carnivore. And basically in 2006, these 6 lions got kicked out of their pride. Kind of like Scar. Wow, that was bogus. I'm sorry, Scar. But rather than finding a new pride, they just decided to band together. Now everything was fine and dandy until people realized these lions are quite different. They were, how do I put this? A lot more violent than usual. They literally started moving territory to territory, hunting everything in their path. And it got to the point that they weren't even hunting for food anymore. They were hunting for sport. And their personal favorite thing to hunt was other lions. In just 1 year's time, they took out over 100 lions. And they ended up conquering over 170,000 acres of land. However, it would all come to an end when one of the members, Mr. T, got hunted down by another coalition. The rest of the group broke up and they went their separate ways. There's actually a whole movie about these lions. You should check it out. Now, most of the comments are geared towards the fact that this is probably AI. You're wrong. Meet the reticulated python. It's basically the King Kong of nope ropes, getting over 30 feet long. This thing could probably eat you. I'm sorry, I should think more positive. I'm positive they could eat you. It's actually the only snake in the world with video documentation of them consuming a human. And that's just the beginning. They'll eat dogs and deer and pigs and sun bears. A snake eating a bear. Nature, what are we doing? But the scary part is not what they hunt. It's how they hunt. First off, they find their prey using infrared sensors and directional smelling, so they could smell which direction their prey is. And then they ambush the poor fellow with a super fast strike. Now they don't have fangs. They have something worse. About 100 needle-like teeth that face backwards. In other words, if you try to yank free, the teeth go in deeper. So fun. And once they have their prey in their mouth, they start coiling around it, prepared to squeeze their HP straight to zero. They can squeeze so hard that they literally crush your bones and your organs. And then they swallow their prey whole. I'm supposed to put a joke here, but I can't stop thinking about a snake swallowing a bear. I'm traumatized. Just when you think the ocean can't get any worse, that thing pops out. Meet the bobbit worm. It's basically a 10-foot long, fully carnivorous ambush predator worm. No big deal. And what they do is they hide themselves underneath the sand at the bottom of the ocean, revealing only its mouth. Oh, and its mandibles. Those are used for chopping its prey in half. And once it's buried, it has these 5 antennas that are actually specialized sensors. They could detect vibrations, chemicals, and pressure changes. That's how they know when a prey is swimming above them. And at that point, they pop out, grab the unfortunate soul, and pull it into the depths of hell. Not to mention, they're known for grabbing octopus and lionfish, which are both highly venomous creatures. But it doesn't affect them at all. Nothing affects them, which is why they have no predators. But hey, at least they can't harm humans, right? Psych! Running all the way down the sides of a bobbit worm are venomous spines, and touching them could cause permanent nerve damage. Now, you could come up with the genius idea to just chop the bobbit worm in half, but that doesn't work either. Both halves will turn into 2 completely new bobbit worms. In other words, you're looking at a 10-foot long, indestructible, venomous, fully carnivorous ambush predator worm. I hate the ocean.